That's what I love about homeopathy, and I continue to practice it.
Lovely. That's a story.
আমাদের
That's
বর্তমান
quite a
বাংলাদেশে
story. So what I
কোরআনের
love
শুধু
about natural
কোরআনের
medicine
অর্থের
is
শুধু বিকৃতি
I'm not
নয়
a doctor, by the way. To the audience, yeah. I came from the part in the longevity or in the holistic healthcare sector from the business perspective, yeah. But what I've seen is the pattern because I've seen humans. I talk with clients. I've talked with humans, right? So, like you said, that there from this story, yeah, you had a trigger to change or to pursue in this career, and for me, that is everyone needs inspiration, right? And that's your inspiration in this. Okay, so first, let's start with a first simple question. Okay, what is longevity for you?
Okay, so that's a very big and interesting topic and very trendy word nowadays. So everybody is talking about longevity.
Right.
Many people, they come into my clinic with the understanding that longevity is everything. It can be from lab works, it can be from supplements, it can be from daily workouts and fasting or intermittent fasting and everything of that.
Right.
So these are only tools and they are very powerful tools. But the real question is, what are we looking at in the person at that given point of time? That is what we need to cater.
Right.
Yeah. So according to me, longevity can be something which can be useful for that person at that given moment of time. For example, a 40-year-old founder of a company who is relying on caffeine and having only 4 hours of sleep will have a completely different approach than a 60-year-old man who just wants to stay strong and independent. The whole outlook changes. So, what is important for that person, how that person will manage or is able to cope up with that. So, then comes the context as to how the fundamentals are. How are his sleep patterns? How is the stress? How is he coping up with stress? How are his reactions to environment, his daily habits, his relationships with family, with social life? This all is very important. So once we understand, or once I understand these underlying patterns, it becomes very important and easy to apply any homeopathic remedy or any natural medicine, if you want to name it. It can be incredibly precise. Then we can decide what protocol I should adapt for this or I should choose for this person. It can be simple changing of some simple small habits, like sleeping on time, or what are you eating, when are you eating, how are you coping up with your stress. So these small shifts in your daily routine, they bring about a huge impact. And according to me, longevity is about addressing the right issue with the right intensity at the right given moment of time.
This is something that I believe most of people should know. The market should understand, and that what makes this feel meaningful to me to bring the knowledge to the market, right? But my next question for you is, from your experience, what is the misconception about longevity?
Coming back to what you were just mentioning about people not understanding or they don't have hand holding and they don't know what to do next once they get better. Here, the main concern lies in understanding when the person comes to you first time. How much time we as doctors are able to attend to that particular person when he's coming with you with a whole lot of symptoms, a whole lot of suffering. What are we doing with that? How much time you think conventional doctors must be spending with a single patient? They have a whole line of patients waiting for them in the OPD. Hardly, I think they must be spending 15 to 20 minutes per patient. So that time is not enough or sufficient for you as a natural medicine doctor or homeopathic doctor to bring about an understanding that why this person is suffering.
Mhm.
We need to have clear understanding as to what are the issues coming from. Are they coming from inflammation? Are they coming from some nutritional problem? Is it kind of a nervous overload? Is it kind of chronic stress? What is it? Is it a hormonal imbalance? Only after we try and understand these patterns, we are in a better shape to guide and educate the patient. I think this is what is lacking. Because with a typical homeopathic case taking, I spend around 1.5 hours with the patient in the initial case taking, because
For
that
consultation?
for consultation.
Wow.
So that is the time when the patient is fully with you. You are exploring each and every areas. You're exploring the reaction of his surroundings. How is he coping up with stress? How are his fundamentals of sleep, food, digestion? And how is he coping up with all of this? So this is very important, because if you don't understand this, how are you going to manage or help this problem get better? Nowadays, management is another buzzword. We are not trying to manage the disease. We are trying to help your own body remember that it knows how to heal itself. That is the work needs to be done. And homeopathy has a very important tool to help the body to get better.
Naturally.
That's most importantly the action of the remedy. It is not targeting your fever, it's not targeting your symptoms, it's only helping your body to get better. So we don't need to convince our brains with logic. We need to support it with simplest things. And then when relief comes out of that, automatically the brain understands that this is what is correct. I must function in this way. The brain and the body are intelligent. They just need to be triggered in that way. Or so, and that is what I call healing. So healing is like kind of a partnership. If you help your body to heal better, you're going to be running for a longer period of time, and that health is going to stay with you for a longer period of time. Health is not absence of symptoms. Health is something which you're able to live fully with increased quality. That is more pointing to longevity also, I think.
Yes.
When you're
yes,
able to
yes.
live healthily with a purpose and with good quality of life, that is longevity. And that might differ from person to person, as I said, like in that moment, what is most important for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love this. Yeah. So in the approach of homeopathy, or natural medicine, do you think, or can you say that it's an alternative,
Okay.
or an extension,
Okay.
or an enhancement? So what's your view on this? When because people ask, right, is it different from general medicine or traditional medicine? What is homeopathy? Does it increase the health? Does it increase health? Is it an alternative treatment or an extension for their?
That's a very interesting question. Homeopathy, I hate the word alternative. So homeopathy or natural medicine is not an alternate. It is the mainstream. It is complementing your body to heal itself. Why would we call this medicine as alternative? It's not an alternate. It is something which is very essential to most of us.
Essential.
Yeah, we need this. And it is a 200 years old medicine, which was invented by a German physician, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann. So he was the mainstream doctor, and he tried to find some substances in nature which he discovered that they were medicinal, and he applied that science to human bodies. And that's how he found out that these medicinal qualities, when applied to healthy in human beings, it brings about a total cure. And he has numerous books of science and philosophy. And the first aphorism that he wrote in his book of philosophy is to completely eliminate the disease and cure. So it's a restoration of the person in the total cure as possible.
Right. I
Yeah.
love that. I love the word restoration.
So the main sense comes out to take your daily routine, because I spend a lot of time in understanding with my patients about what they are doing in their daily routine, how their morning looks like, what they do in their day, what are they eating, when are they eating, how are they coping with stress, when do they sleep, is the digestion properly happening or no. So gut health is about everything nowadays. So if you don't have a good gut health, it is going to impact your memory, it is going to impact your mood, your focus, and all of those things. So it's about small shifts in your routine and how I can incorporate them in already what you're doing, rather than giving you some perfect diet or a perfect lifestyle which you will not be able to sustain.
Right.
So sustainability and consistency is the key.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. In order to change, to make a change. You just mentioned about gut health, which is actually another big subject that I
Yes.
would like to discuss about as well, because it's happened. Has been a discussion nowadays, and also it happens to people around me.
Yeah.
But okay, for that maybe we might need another session,
Yeah.
right? So what you just mentioned earlier, this is interesting. The perfectionism.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the healthy lifestyle, yeah, this is a myth of what should look like, what healthy lifestyle should look like. For me, healthy lifestyle has a lot to do with an awareness, yeah,
Yeah.
with self-awareness
Yes.
of what I actually need on a daily basis. But I can say that because I've been applying the methods and practice in my personal life for many years, more than 10, more than 14, more than 15 years. But that because I also had a trigger, yeah, the trigger point why I changed my lifestyle completely upside down, or from the very bad point to something, really benefiting me in so many ways. So giving that a healthy lifestyle and starting from the awareness, what is the point you think? Okay, that has a lot to do with the self-awareness, and there's a discussion, yeah, about this self-awareness itself and all of this longevity and taking care of yourself, perfecting your daily routine and all that. It has a lot to do with psychological aspect or mental aspect. What's your view about this?
Yeah, totally, 100%. Because as you mentioned, awareness is the first step. So only if you're aware that this is what it is causing to your body, your mind, you will be more mindful of doing it, right? As I mentioned earlier as well, that following an ideal lifestyle is not like one size fits all again. Yeah. Something which is happening in your daily routine, maybe some intense workouts, maybe intermittent fasting, or maybe anything that you do is bringing out a result to you. So that is unique to you, that is personalized to you, and we need to incorporate small changes if that is not helping. So that doesn't mean one copy fits all. So if I try to follow your trend, it might not benefit me. I might just be zoned out, or I might go into further more stress. So that again doesn't mean that, we should not follow this lifestyle. We should follow a lifestyle which is suited to your body at that right moment.
And again, personalization
Personalization
and
is important.
assessment.
Yes.
Yes. So this we need the help from the doctors, like your and passionate experts, right? How do we start as normal people who have a little bit of knowledge, maybe interest in extending their health and healthy lifestyle? Or what would be your suggestion to people who want to start taking care of themselves, or just maybe they're aware that at this point of time they feel fatigue, or they're more they have less energy, or
Yeah.
they're not they don't look as healthy as they used to.
Yeah. So this is a very common concern or complaint that comes across in the clinic about no energy, fatigue, anxiety. And this all stems from the fast lifestyle that we have now these days, everywhere, wherever you go.
Right.
The stress that we have at work, balancing stress and at office and at home, that's also bringing about another level of anxiety. So the common awareness that starts to begin with is to go back and look at your daily routine, whether you're eating at that proper time which is recommended. I'm happy to do that if we do a separate podcast on this, on gut health. Yeah. So that timing is important. How are you helping your digestion to go more smoothly and more better so that you don't have any bloating, you don't have any mental fog or anything like that? How many times in the day are you eating?
Before we end this conversation, okay, it's coming to an end already. Before we end this conversation, I have a thought-provoke question for you. Okay, this been like a, you know, in with between in longevity community, there are conversations and there are like thought-provoke questions, right? So I have one question for you, and actually I asked myself this before as well. Okay, or let's actually for the audiences as well to think of this together.
Okay.
Yeah. Imagine you have your we have available methods or protocol or pills even to make you live 100 years without getting sick, without getting disease, in perfect health. Yeah, or in perfect health for you and even for your family as well. Okay, no, not family. Okay, for, that we can live 150 years without disease, without sickness, without nothing. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Would you choose that path of living 150 years without getting sick? Yeah, you'll be in 100 or 20, 110 years more.
That's very interesting. Very, very interesting and philosophical question. And I do get so many patients who come in and have this thought that can I live up to 100 years or even more?
Personally,
So,
I do want.
so the real thing is to answer yourself or to ask yourself first that of course I would love to live up to that many years if you ask me personally, but it has to be vital. So if those many years you're being able to live to your fullest, like how you are in your mid 30s or mid 40s, you're not dependent on anyone. You can do your daily activities. Life means meaningful, and you're able to carry on your tasks without any major support. Then why not? Why not would one opt for living that healthily for long? But then you need to ask yourself this question whether you choose quality over quantity, or you're just very impressed with the number, you know. It's age is just a number, we say, right? So somebody can be 50 but look like 100. Somebody can be 70 but look like 20. So this is the biological age and the physical age which is visible on the face, because that is the quality of life what one lives.
Right.
There are blue zones in the world. There are certain areas of blue zones. One of them is Japan that I know of. They follow simple, basic lifestyle techniques to live, and there are people living over 100 years over there. And surprisingly, or I would say interestingly, majority of them are women. So they follow the basic techniques of lifestyle habits, like they wake up on time, they eat on time, they look after their digestion, they have a healthy social life and relationship with their family, and they do a lot of gardening. So imagine it's not a rocket science again. If you're just following these simple habits, also, yes, sleeping on time, having enough water in your diet. So all these are not very like big tools.
Simplicity.
They are simple
Yeah,
tools.
they're so good with
Yeah.
Zen
Yeah.
way of
So
living.
they don't have these expensive lab tests to find out the genes or epigenetics or name it, but they are living. and they're living good quality life.
Mhm.
They're able to walk as they are in
Mhm.
40s, and they are able to
Mhm.
function. They
Mhm.
don't have to be dependent on anyone.
Mhm. So the matter is not about how long
Mm.
you live. You think it's
Yes.
not about how long a person lives.
Yes.
It's it provokes my thought as well
Mm.
in this aspect, because in order to have a happy, I mean, to have a fulfilling life, to have a real quality of life, I doubt it.
Yes.
I doubt even now what we're doing right now in this world,
Yes.
you know. And to really to I'm lucky enough, I'm privileged enough to live close to where I call living with a purpose. So, you know, it covers in but living a good lifestyle covers many areas, right?
Mm.
Mental aspect,
Mm.
even spiritual aspect,
Mm.
medical, and daily lifestyle.
Yes.
It's a lot of understanding, right?
Yeah.
And for a person to evolve with the understanding of the world, how the world works, and understand themselves and understand it, I doubt it if, you know, someone
Yes,
really wants to
exactly.
live that
If you
long.
really are very clear with your purpose of living, if you're grounded and you are with
Mhm.
nature and you have all these, tools around with you and they are easily accessible, and more importantly, you are ready for this change. Yeah.
Mhm.
Once you are ready
Mhm.
for this change, why not? Why not?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. And actually, it would be interesting as well,
Yeah.
even to see. Maybe we'll live. Maybe we'll be able to travel to another planet by
Yeah, the
then.
world will be a different place
Yes,
altogether, with
yes.
all healthy
Mhm,
individuals
mhm.
surrounding
Right,
us.
right.
Yeah.
So the ability to cope or to adapt with the changes.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's a
don't
big
you
one.
think that's
That's
a
a
big
big one.
one?
Yes.
Right.
You need to
Even
be,
now.
yeah, you need to be ready
Mhm.
for the change.
Yeah.
It's not just about talking about it or
Mhm,
having a perfect,
mhm,
pattern. It's
mhm.
about following it.
Yeah, this goes down to
Yes.
even more philosophical. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. So that's a long way. Okay,
Sure. Sure.
that's a long way. Ending this episode or this conversation with one thing that you just said, the unlearn and relearn. This is very interesting and important. There's a quote, okay, that's stuck in my head. I've heard it before. Okay, I can give the reference later. It's from a famous futurist. Yeah, Alvin. Alvin his name is Alvin Toffler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He said that the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
So for me, through life circumstances and changes, yeah, at this point of time, I can relate.
Completely.
I can
Mm.
completely relate, because there look at just look at what's going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, where do we even know anything right now?
Yeah. Where are we heading to?
Where
Yeah.
we're heading to,
Yeah.
right? And there's a lot of discussion. There's a lot of what we're trying to make sense of, and the ability to unlearn what we know from before, especially in the longevity, as we discuss right now.
Yeah.
In the longevity, uh, it's something. It's not something new.
Mm.
It's been here.
Mm.
We will dig deep into it, but it's been here for a very very long time, right? As we know, but it is something new to how our society has been formed.
Mm.
We know medicine, we know vaccines, we know protocols. Yeah. So I feel like this point of time for us as humans, we need to unlearn something and relearn in order to get to our basics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Completely.
How we actually should live.
Completely. We are human beings, and our brain needs to learn and unlearn at the same time, and
Mm-hmm.
then again relearn, as you said, because if we don't unlearn and we are fixed to that understanding, we cannot move ahead. We are not susceptible to a change then,
Mm-hmm.
because there are so many things in our life that we do it without consciously understanding why we are doing it, right? There are medicines, there are vaccines, as you said. So that's a whole big area by itself. So again, it's the protocol of, it's a standard protocol of destroying it. Yeah. But now, when we are having so many knowledges all over, people interactions all over, experts saying their opinion, now we think whether that is the correct way to go about it. Is it right to harm your own bodies by following this trendy style, or just suppressing your whole symptoms at the level of mind or body? So we need to unlearn and then relearn it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That we can actually
Yes. We can
evolve.
actually do it.
That we can
Yeah, you
actually
can
do it.
evolve. And it can start with small things. It need
Right.
not be like a huge thing to begin with, because then it will seem impossible. Just small bits, just pick up your daily routine or your daily habits. What are you doing? Try to understand more consciously, why are you doing it? Whether this is correct for your body. Is
The
it?
awareness.
Yeah. So
Again,
that
awareness.
again, awareness comes in, and then the next step.
Right.
So go like baby steps, small steps at a time. And consistency is the key result.
Right. And maybe this is a time, yeah, this is a perfect timing where we can apply unlearning, when we can apply, unlearn, and relearn.
Yeah, because COVID, if you see, COVID has given us good example worldwide. COVID has taught us so many things. So many people have learned, unlearned. What they knew was correct was not correct, and they unlearned, and they have relearned. So COVID was like a lesson coming back to you.
Right.
It was needed. It was required by the universe, so that everybody is aware of this.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
right. And especially relearn our body's intelligence.
Yes.
Our bodies are intelligent machines.
Super. Yeah, I like the statement. Our bodies are super intelligent. We cannot trick the body. Yeah. We need to train it. Our body is intelligent enough to heal itself. We don't need external agents to suppress it. Yeah. They are tools. We have tools surrounded with us, but use these tools in the right way.
Yeah. In tools in modern medicine, together in a natural way,
Yes.
how we used to live, and applying the lifestyle management or daily habits that evolves with our current state of lifestyle right now, where we're in high stress, high pressure environment, and we can do it.
Yes, it's not impossible.